The Florida Panthers find themselves in a 3-0 hole, which very few people expected. Armando Velez of Locked On Panthers is here to talk about that and what it'll take for the Panthers to get back into this series. All that and more coming up on the Locked On NHL podcast.
You're Locked On NHL, your daily podcast on the National Hockey League. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Monday edition of the Locked On NHL podcast. Gil Martin, glad to be with you, and thank you for making Locked On NHL your first listen every day. We are free and available on all platforms. It's my pleasure to welcome back to the show the host of Locked On Florida Panthers, Armando Velez. And Armando, little tough hole here, 3-0 down. I certainly expected this to be a much closer series. I'll just open it up to you generally. What's going wrong here for the Florida Panthers right now?
Well, thank you again, Gil, for having me on once again on the show. Usually I'm talking great things when it comes to this Florida Panthers team, but it's with the Panthers, it all just comes down to the Tampa Bay Lightning getting in the lanes of passing lanes and shots as well. And they're really helping their goaltender out, Andrei Vasilevskiy. And the Florida Panthers are shooting the puck in lanes that aren't there this whole series. And the Tampa Bay Lightning have been able to not allow the Florida Panthers to go on rushes the other way to make Andrei Vasilevskiy's life uncomfortable. That's really what it comes down to. Andrei Vasilevskiy hasn't been challenged by this Florida Panthers team, and they're not really doing much to get in front of the net to make his life difficult. And they finally got their power play drought out of the way, scoring on the power play today. But there was nothing to show after that. That this team that scored average 4 goals a game all of a sudden disappeared. The superstars aren't showing. There's a few chances that Barkov had in this game, but nothing really after that. Too pass happy on the power play, and when they're too pass happy, that allows the goalies to get set and to make those reactive saves. And there's not much traffic in front of the net for deflections. The Tampa Bay Lightning got a power play goal by having a player in front of the net and tipping it in. Corey Perry was that guy. And it's just really what it comes down to is the little details, and that comes to block shots and getting bodies in front of the net. So that's the story of this series.
How much of this do you think is the playoff experience of the Tampa Bay Lightning as opposed to the Panthers, who obviously don't have as high a level of playoff experience coming into this series?
It has a lot to do with it because when tensions get high and you're down, sometimes with an experienced team on the other side, you're not going to expect them to get any frustration penalties as well. And we've seen a few of them. We saw one in game 1 with Ben Sherratt with a little bit of a headbutt, which resulted in a fine for Sherratt. And just, the Panthers were able to keep the Tampa Bay off the score sheet as far as the power play today, but even strength in games 1 and 2 were in the Panthers' favor. But the momentum from game 2 carried on to game 3 that the Lightning were the better team 5-on-5 in this one in game 3. And they played almost a complete 60-minute game in game 2, but a little bit of a brain fart by the Panthers defense, having 2 players back, allowing Nikita Kucherov to get a pass and connect with Ross Colton for that game winner. That was a heartbreaking loss as can be for the Cats. And it's already a hard hole to be in for this team. It's only happened 4 times in NHL history. I'm not going to say that they're going to come back from this. What I will say, though, is just win game 4.
Mm-hmm. in game 3, some of your best players struggled the most. Barkov was a -4. Claude, Giroux, Jonathan Huberdeau, Aaron Ekblad, each -3. What more do you need from these star players in these big games?
Just get the puck to the net. And there was a power play where Aaron Ekblad was on the left side, and Barkov didn't even look at him to connect on a pass. And it was after the Tampa Bay Lightning had too many men on the ice. And it was just he was going more to that right side and just not giving Aaron Ekblad an opportunity on the left-hand side to he has a rocket of a one-timer shot from the left circle. And they're not doing that. They're just overthinking in their own offensive zone. And the Tampa Bay Lightning, they just have to the Florida Panthers have to not give them the rush chances, because they converted on quite a few on Sunday, including a rocket of a shot by Steven Stamkos. I believe that was for the second goal of the game, or third. It was the third goal of the game, excuse me, to make it 3-1. And the worst part about it all, though, Gil, is that if you were to tell me at the beginning of the series that the Panthers would be down 0-3, I would think that the reason would be goaltending for the Panthers. But Sergei Bobrovsky has been great in these playoffs. He's given the Panthers a chance in this game, in this series, and he's earned his $10 million in these playoffs. Maybe the one on Chernak for the second goal, maybe that's one he would have wanted back, but there hasn't been those goals that just you raise an eyebrow much throughout these playoffs for Sergei Bobrovsky, and he's definitely given the Panthers a chance. I've grown to respect Sergei Bobrovsky more as a two-time Vezina Trophy winner, and he's helped the Florida Panthers stay in these close games. But the offensive end for the Panthers has just disappeared.
Yeah, and that's the one thing you certainly did not expect. All right, if I insert you as the coach of the Florida Panthers, what are you doing? What do you tell your team before game 4? How do you change things up? How do you change the momentum?
Well, I just say take it one shift at a time for this team. Make sure to communicate on defense of who's drawing to who, and especially when the puck is behind the net, the Tampa Bay Lightning had 3 players near the boards, while the Florida Panthers had 1. So if you see that they're outnumbered, go after the board battles. And I'm also playing Joe Thornton in game 4. If I'm Andrew Burnett, I play him. I insert him into the lineup. He hasn't played at all throughout the postseason for the Panthers, but I think it's time to put the leaders of this team on the ice. We see how vocal Patrick Hornquist is. We see how vocal he is on the bench. We see Ben Sherratt as well, who's been to a Stanley Cup final. Claude Giroux as well. So I think that you got to put Joe Thornton in to try to create something. And I know a spark can only go so far, but if the Panthers continue to try to go after shots that are not there in lanes that aren't there, then they're gonna be packing their bags and going home after Monday night. So it just comes down to only shoot into a lane that you see is actually there, or if you actually have an opportunity to get someone in front of the net to create a deflection. Only if you truly believe. So that's the message I'm sending to the players.
All right, Armando, why don't you tell our viewers and our listeners where they could find the podcast and where they could find you on social media?
They can find me on Twitter at MondoMan12. Follow the show account on Twitter at LO_FLA Panthers. And they can follow the show on YouTube, Spotify, Odyssey, Apple, anywhere you listen to podcasts.
All right, Armando, always a pleasure. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you as always, Gil.
Our next partner has a product I literally use every day. I started taking AG1 because I really hate taking pills and vitamins, and I wanted a supplement that actually tastes great. Now, I've been using this stuff for about 7 weeks now, and I love it. It doesn't taste like it's super healthy. It has a kind of mild tropical taste that I actually look forward to each morning. What is this stuff? Well, with one delicious scoop of AG1, you're absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to help you start your day right. This special blend of ingredients supports your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, your energy, recovery, focus, and aging. All of these things. And it's lifestyle friendly, whether you eat keto, paleo, vegan, dairy-free, or gluten-free. It contains less than 1 gram of sugar, no GMOs, no nasty chemicals or artificial anything, while still tasting good. And it costs less than $3 a day. You're investing in your health, and it's cheaper than your cold brew habit. Right now, it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition. It's just 1 scoop and a cup of water every day, and that's it. No need for a million different pills and supplements to look out for your gut health. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/NHL Network. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/NHL Network to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance.